Tune in to RadioCare's Weekend Special live or via podcast. RadioCare is hosted by Mike Howard, broadcasting from Coventry to the world.
And I'm back. Yes, this is RadioCare. I'm Mike Howard, and it's Ladies' Night. Had a few technical problems. They've done an update on the app that I use, and it threw everything out. But I think we're there. It's looking on the screen that everything is running live at the moment. So hopefully it will be. Anyway, tonight is Ladies' Night, and the tunes are dedicated to Ladies' Nights Out. Going back to the 70s, 80s, into the 90s, and some up to sort of present day. So here's one to get us started. We could not have this song really, could we, to get us started? This one is Cool and the Gang and Ladies' Night.
Oh yeah, oh, what a night. Baby, sophisticated mama, come on, you disco lady, yeah, stay with me tonight, mama, yeah.
If you hear any noise, it's the boys and ladies night. Gonna step out ladies night, stepping out ladies night. Gonna step out ladies night, stepping out ladies night.
Your name will be seen. You can fulfill all your dreams. Party here, party there, everywhere. This is your night, baby, and you've got to be there. Well, this is your night tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. This is your night tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. This is your night tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. This is your night.
What a great little song that is. That was Ladies' Night from Kool and the Gang from 1979. Got to number 9 in the UK singles charts, and got to number 8 on the US Billboard Hot 100. So welcome if you just joined us. We had a few technical problems earlier. I couldn't connect up to the live streaming, but I'm on there now and I can see that there's people that have joined us and that are listening. So welcome from wherever you are in the UK, Ireland, Russia, America, Australia, Japan, and where else? India. So welcome from wherever you're listening at the moment. Tonight is Ladies' Night, and the songs are dedicated to those nights when the girls used to get together, and hopefully still do get together. Now the sort of pandemic is sort of changed shapes a little bit, and we can go out and do a little bit more, or just have parties at home like they are at Bar 72 at the moment. So I hope there's a bit of a crowd sort of like going on there, and the party's in swing. And to my friends all over the place, really. So this next one is one from Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan? Yeah, I had to do it, didn't I? This one is from Chaka Khan, and this one is I'm Every Woman. It's only the second song in, and I'm absolutely loving the tunes already, and I put them together with help from my friends. Had help from Paul, from Alison, and from my wife Laurie. She sort of helped us with some of the songs as well. So good choices on here. Thank you very much. This next one is one from, I said it was Alicia. but it's Alicia, I think it is. Alicia Bridges, and it's I Love the Nightlife.
Please don't talk about love tonight. Please don't talk about sweet love. Please don't talk about being true and all the trouble we've been through. Oh, please don't talk about all the plans we had for fixing this broken romance. I want to go where the people dance. I want some action. I want to live action. I got so much to give. I want to give it. I want to get some too. I love the nightlife. I've got to boogie on the disco ride. I love the nightlife. I've got to boogie on the disco ride. Please don't talk about love tonight. Your sweet talk won't make it right. Loving lies just bring me down. When you've got women all over town, you can love them all, and when you're through, maybe that'll make a man out of you. I got to go where the people dance. I want some action. I want to live action. I got so much to give. I want to give it. I want to get some too. I love the nightlife. I've got to boogie on the disco ride. I love the nightlife. I've got to boogie on the disco ride. I love the nightlife. I've got to boogie on the disco ride. I love the nightlife. I've got to boogie on the disco ride. I love the nightlife. Got to boogie on the disco ride.
And that was Alicia Bridges, I Love the Nightlife from 1978. It was a popular disco song in America. Went to number 2 on the US Billboard National Disco Action Top 30. Blimey, they have some charts over there, don't they? It was out there for 2 weeks, and it became a crossover hit, peaking at 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. It did find worldwide success, reaching the top 10 in Australia, Belgium, Canada, Netherlands, South Africa. Doesn't actually mention whether it actually got anywhere in the UK, but I do remember hearing it on the charts. So welcome if you just joined us. I can see there's quite a few people on here at the moment. I think we're up to about 1,300 people, so thank you so much for joining us. It's really nice that you do tune in on a Saturday night. I'm going to be switching it around in a couple of weeks' time. Next week's show is on a Sunday, on Halloween, and that show is dedicated to the Geezers, which was a band that I was in. And then the following week is the big Universal Party that I've been banging on about for ages, for weeks, and that was my friend Paul's idea. Big Universal Party is about everyone getting together and throwing a big party in your house to celebrate all them missed anniversaries, birthdays, weddings, christenings, whatever you couldn't sort of celebrate sort of with this awful pandemic. Just having a really good party on the 6th of November. But I'll keep reminding you about them dates sort of either through this show or on my Facebook page, which is at RadioCare, hosted by Mike Howard. Anyway, you've had enough of my waffling. This one is one by the Isley Brothers, and this one is That Lady. Wow, that had some funky sounds to it, didn't it? That was the Isley Brothers from 1973 and That Lady. It was originally called or performed as Who's That Lady? Originally in 1964 by a band that were inspired by the Isley Brothers called The Impressions. But it wasn't until 1973 that they actually had success with it in recording it themselves. Reached number 2 on the US R&B singles charts, and in the UK it reached number 14. Just fantastic sort of guitaring on that. I was sort of getting lost in it. So we're going to sort of jump a decade, and we're going to come up to 1980. This is one of my wife's favourite bands, and you know, they've recently sort of brought out a couple of songs to sort of celebrate. I think it's sort of nearly 40 years since they sort of last had a sort of hit song. But this is one from 1980, and this one is Super Trooper by ABBA. Just a change of style of music for a bit.
Super trooper, beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do, 'cause somewhere in the crowd there's you. Wishing every show was the
Join Mike Howard at RadioCare as you travel in time from the 1960s to present day. Over an hour of classic tunes and great banter.
It's going to be well over an hour again tonight. I think I'm probably going to be nearer 2 hours. I try not sort of to put too many songs on there because the show could go on forever, really. I wish it could because I enjoy it so much. That was Super Trooper by ABBA from 1980, and that was actually their last sort of number one in the UK back then. I'm not too sure whether the ones that have sort of come out recently actually went to number one in the sort of normal sort of mainstream charts, or whether it was just the download charts where they got to number one. I'll have to sort of check that out. But yeah, that was from 1980. So welcome. I've just been watching the sort of numbers sort of like going up. We've got about 6,750 odd people sort of listening at the moment. So thank you so much for joining us. This is RadioCare. If you've not listened before, I'm Mike Howard. I broadcast from Coventry, and RadioCare was set up to support family carers initially, and now it's sort of set up for all carers, all people that provide support to someone else, look after them, just to say sort of thank you sort of what they've done through this pandemic and what they do sort of in general, because you know it takes a special person sort of like to be a carer, and to sort of go into that type of job you've got to have that sort of nature and want to look after people. So thank you to all the carers out there, and anyone else who may be sort of working for the NHS or any of the emergency services or armed services, just to say sort of thank you for all you do. So this one, back to Ladies' Night. So Ladies' Night, I'm choosing sort of songs that may have been played on a night out, maybe sort of in sort of pubs, clubs, or even just sort of in house parties, really, with a bit of a disco feel to them for some of them, and there's a couple which just sort of fit in with that sort of era when they sort of come out. So this is one by Anita Ward, and this one is Ring My Bell.
Look in your
And that was a neat award, Ring My Bell from 1979. That really is sort of one of them sort of disco sort of classics that you sort of hear or think of sort of from that era. Ring My Bell went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts and the Disco Top 80 chart and the Soul Singles chart in the US, and reached number 1 on the UK Singles charts. Yeah, and she actually got an award that year, considering that was her only hit. It was a one-hit wonder for her, but she was the best female R&B vocal performance in the 1980 Grammy Awards. So this next one, you're going to think, oh, that's a bit of a strange one to put on there. Ooh, I'm not too sure about that one. This is a request from my dear mother-in-law, Jean, and she said, oh, you couldn't put sort of this one by Queen on there. And I thought, yeah, why not? Of course I'll put it on there. So for Musha, Mummy, this one's for you.
Oh, you gonna take me home tonight? Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you gonna let it all hang out? Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
Wow, that was a bit of Queen. That was Fat Bottom Girls from 1978, written by Brian May and featured on the album Jazz, and later on their compilation, The Greatest Hits, and when released as a single with the Bicycle Race. The song reached number 11 in the UK singles charts and number 24 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. There you have it. I've noticed that's my little saying. You know, when you sort of get radio DJs, they have a sort of certain little catchphrase. I was sort of listening the other day, sort of playing back some stuff, and I think I do say a bit, but never mind about that. But I notice I do say, there you have it. So, there you have it. That was Queen. So this next one is one which I quite like. I remember it sort of being in the charts, and I think it's a great song sort of to listen to. This one is one by Rupert Holmes, and this one is called Escape. It's the Pina Colada song.
I was tired of my lady, we'd been together too long, like a worn out recording of a favorite song. So while she lay there sleeping, I read the paper in bed, and in the personal columns there was this letter I read. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes on the Cape, then I'm the love that you've looked for. Write to me and escape. About my lady, I know that sounds kind of mean, but me and my old lady have fallen into the same old routine. So I wrote to the paper, took out a personal ad, and though I'm nobody's poet, I thought it wasn't half bad. Yes, I like pina coladas, caught in the rain. I'm not much into health food, I am into champagne. I've got to meet you by tomorrow noon and cut through all this red tape at a bar called O'Malley's, where we'll plan our escape. She walked in the place. I knew her smile in an instant. I knew the curve of her face. It was my own lovely lady, and she said, oh, it's you. Then we laughed for a moment, and I said, I never knew that you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, of the ocean and the taste of champagne. If you like making love at midnight in the dunes on the Cape, you're the lady I've looked for. Come with me and escape.
That's such a catchy tune, isn't it? That was Rupert Holmes and Escape the Pina Colada song, I have to be careful there, from 1979. It's from his album Partners in Crime and was the lead single released from the album. It got recommended airplay, I'm trying to think, by the Billboard sort of radio, I suppose it's charts, because they have so many charts over there, don't they? But it ended the US decade of the 70s at number 1. Got to number 23 in the UK, number 10 in Ireland, and number 4 in New Zealand, and number 1 in Canada. So we're going to carry on in the 80s, and this one's at the beginning of the 80s. Here's one from Diana Ross, and this one is I'm Coming Out. And that was Diana Ross, I'm Coming Out, and that was from 1980. It was from a self-titled album called Diana, and this particular song was written by Bernard Edwards and Nile Rodgers from Chic. The song actually got to number 5 on the US Billboard Hot 100, and it's notable for being the first song usually performed by Diana Ross when she sort of comes out and sort of does a concert, which she's done ever since 1980. Reached number 13 in the UK singles charts and number 5 in Ireland. So welcome if you've just joined us. This is Radio Care. I'm Mike Coward, and you're listening to Ladies Night, and I just hope that you're enjoying the tunes tonight. I'm really enjoying them. There's some really sort of great classics on there, some that I've forgotten about until sort of like started putting the list together the other day. So I hope you're having a great party, whatever you're doing. You know, whether you're at Bar 72 and you're with all your friends and you're having a great night, or whether you're sort of at home and you're listening to me, you're having a party with me. So hopefully you're enjoying me sort of rambling on and the tunes that I'm playing and a little bit of information about the songs. So this next one is One by the Temptations, and this one is from 1984, and this one is Treat Her Like a Lady.
Treat her like a lady. Ooh, yeah, baby. Oh, 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 oh.
RadioCare is a quirky old-school radio show playing music from the 60s to present day. RadioCare wants to connect with you through music.
And that was The Temptations, Treat Her Like a Lady from 1984. The Temptations, they were sort of a Motown band, weren't they, in the 60s, very sort of famous sort of in the 60s. And this song, it says, the single was Temptations' biggest success on the R&B radio since 1975. Reached number 2 on the R&B charts and just missed the top 40 of the US Billboard top 40 charts. But it reached number 12 on the UK singles charts in 1984. So this next one is one by a band called The Barge, and this one is Rhythm of the Night, and it's from 1985.
When it feels like the world is on your shoulders and all of the madness has got you going crazy, it's time to get out, step out into the street where all of the action is right there at your feet. Well, I know a place where we can dance the whole night away underneath the electric stars. Just come with me and we can shake your blues right away. You'll be doing fine once the music starts. Oh, feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave them all behind. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Oh, the rhythm of the night. Oh, yeah. Look out on the street now, the party's just beginning. The music's playing, a celebration starting. Under the street lights, the scene is being set. A night for romance, a night you won't forget. So come join the fun, this ain't no time to be staying home. Ooh, there's too much going on. Oh, tonight is gonna be a night like you've never known. We're gonna have a good time the whole night long. Oh, feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave them all behind. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Oh, the rhythm of the night. Oh, yeah. That's right. Come join the fun, this ain't no time to be staying home. Ooh, there's too much going on. Tonight is gonna be a night like you've never known. We're gonna have a good time the whole night long. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave them all behind. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Oh, forget about the worries on your mind. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Forget about the worries on your mind. La 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 the music's playing, it's a celebration. The music's playing, everybody dance to the beat of the rhythm of the night. Oh, 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 oh. Forget about the worries on your mind, 'cause you can leave them all behind. To the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave them all. To the beat of the rhythm of the night. Oh, 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 oh.
And that was DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night from 1985. It featured in the soundtrack of the film The Last Dragon. It was part of a soundtrack and it received free publicity from the movie that came out. It did actually get to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, but was prevented going any further because at the time Madonna had Crazy For You out, and then the US for Africa and We Are The World was released at the same time, so there was no way it was going to get to number 1 then. But it did get to number 1 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop songs, and in the UK it got to number 4 in the UK singles charts and was their only major hit outside of the US, to reach the UK. So just looking at the list of the shows that are up and coming in the next few weeks. So next week we've got the tribute to the Geezers. Now the Geezers were a band that I was in sort of, let me think, from about 2005, 2006 until 2012. They're a fun sort of pub punk rock band. Do all sorts of covers and some originals, and they were originally a punk band in the 70s called the Crabs, and then sort of formed part of Splodginus Abounds, who were famous for 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. So I'm doing their tribute, just like I did for my band, Seeing Red, a couple of months ago. Then on the 6th of November, we've got the big Universal party. So as I said earlier on, that's the one where everyone sort of gets together, throw a party in your house, invite the neighbours and celebrate all them birthdays, anniversaries, christenings, weddings, funerals, wakes, whatever you've missed in this last 20 months. Celebrate it on that night, and there's some great tunes sort of lined up for it. Had some brilliant suggestions of tunes, so I'm going to include as many of them as I can, and a few of my own in there. Then the following week, on the 13th of November, I'm doing one called We Play Both Country and Western. Now I stole that line from the Blues Brothers, where they're asked if they play sort of country and western, and that was their response. So this one came as a suggestion from one of my friends that likes sort of country music, particularly likes Dolly Parton, and she sort of asked for a song, and I thought, where could I sort of fit that in? But I'm going to actually put it on a special sort of country and western set. I know there's probably lots of people out there like sort of country and western music, and there is some great tunes out there, so that'd be something different for the 13th of November. And then on the 21st we've got RadioCare's episode 21, so that's where I do my normal show with music from the 60s right up to present day. And then on the, trying to sort of work out what date, the 28th, we've got Then Came Rock and Roll. So that's going to feature some of the great sort of rock and roll sort of pioneers of the 1950s, probably coming up to the very early 60s. I thought that might be sort of a good one sort of like to have in there. So they're the shows that are coming up in the future. Anyway, back to the set. We've got some great songs from the 80s, and this one is one from Tina Turner, originally done by Bonnie Tyler, and this one is The Best.
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me
One other great song to choose for Ladies' Night, that was Tina Turner's version of The Best, originally done by Bonnie Tyler for her album Hide Your Heart in 1988, and in the following year the song was covered by Tina Turner on her 7th studio album Foreign Affair. Reached number 5 in the UK, number 15 on the US Billboard Hot 100. So sticking with the 80s, and we had to put some Madonna on there, didn't we? So this is one from sort of Madonna's earlier albums. I think this comes from the Like a Virgin album. I'll just have to sort of check it out. But this one is Into the Groove.
And you can dance for inspiration. Come on. And when you get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. Get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat. Boy, what will it be? Music can be such a revelation. Dancing around, you feel a sweet sensation. We might be lovers if the rhythm's right. I hope this feeling never ends tonight. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night I lock the doors where no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. Yeah, get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat. Boy, what will it be? Wanna get to know you in a special way. This doesn't happen to me every day. Don't try to hide it, love, there's no disguise. I see the fire burning in your eyes. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night I lock the doors where no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. Yeah, get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat. Boy, what will it be? Live out your fantasy here with me. Just let the music set you free. Touch my body, move in time. Now I know you're mine. Got to. Live out your fantasy here with me. Just let the music set you free. Touch my body, move in time. Now I know you're mine. You got to get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me. Yeah, get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat. Boy, what will it be? Yeah, get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me. Get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat. Boy, what will it be? You got to get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me.
And that was Madonna, Get Into the Groove, or Into the Groove, from 1985. It was from the film Desperately Seeking Susan, or featured in the film, and it was from her second studio album, Like a Virgin, which came out in 1984. Into the Groove debuted on the UK singles charts at number 4, and that was in July 1985, becoming the highest debuting, however you say it, single for a female artist in the history of the chart at the time. Reached the top of the chart and stayed there for 4 weeks. It's just a great song, really, isn't it? I think she also had, was it Holiday, sort of out around about the same time. I know sort of like in the early sort of days of her coming out, you know, first saw her sort of on Top of the Pops sort of doing Like a Virgin, and that really sort of caught everyone's sort of attention, A, because of the sort of title of the song, and B, because of the video. Anyway, that was Madonna, and now we're going to move on to Whitney Houston, and this one is I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Somebody
That one always reminds me of college. That was Whitney Houston and I Want to Dance with Somebody from 1987. And I'm just trying to see where it got to, sort of in the UK singles charts. It came in at number 10 on the UK singles charts, and 2 weeks later it reached number 1 and was, let's have a look, became her second UK number 1 single. Remember it very well. At college we used to have... at college we had cable TV, and this is sort of back in the 80s, but Coventry was one of the sort of first cities in the UK sort of like to get cable TV, and we had it piped throughout the college. We had it in our rooms everywhere, so MTV was sort of like really new to us then, and this is the sort of stuff that they were sort of playing all the time on there. It was just brilliant. So this next artist is probably, I prefer her to Madonna. I was and still am a sort of fan of Cyndi Lauper. And for a girls' night, for a ladies' night, you can't have a ladies' night without having Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh, Mama, dear, we're not the fortunate ones.
Tune in to RadioCare's Weekend Special Live or via podcast. RadioCare is hosted by Mike Howard, broadcasting from Coventry to the world.
I never get sick and tired of saying it. Yes, I'm broadcasting from Coventry in the West Midlands to the world, to the universe and beyond, just like Buzz Lightyear. I have to say it every week. I never get tired of saying it. So that was Girls Just Want to Have Fun from Cyndi Lauper, and that was from 1983. I always thought that was a little bit later, but no, it was 83. But it was actually written in 1979 and performed by an American musician called Robert Hazard. He released it as a single then, but it weren't until Cyndi Lauper sort of released it in 83 that it sort of became more well known, and it sort of was a real hit for her really, and still is. And I've heard several different versions of the song that she's done. So in the UK, the song entered the charts at number 50 in 1984, and it peaked at number 2, where it stayed for 1 week. In Ireland, the song entered the charts again. So around about the sort of same time, January 84, peaked at number 1 for 2 weeks and was on chart for a total of 7 weeks. So I'm going to jump a few decades, so we're coming out of the 80s. I'm going to skip the 90s for now, and this one brings us into the noughties. This one is one from Kylie Minogue, and this one is Can't Get You Out of My Head. Still a catchy tune, that one is, isn't it? That was Kylie Minogue and Can't Get You Out of My Head from 2001. It was from her album called Fever, and the song was a number one hit in 40 countries around the world. Peaked at number one in the UK, of course. That was one of the countries. Australia. The only country it didn't seem to sort of peak at number one was in the States. The song peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. But it became Kylie Minogue's first US top 10 single in 13 years. Very catchy tune indeed. So this next one is one by Shakira, and I think it's Shakira and Wyclef Jean, and this one is Hips Don't Lie.
Ladies up in here tonight. No fighting.
We got the refugees
No
up in
fighting.
here.
No fighting. Shakira,
I
Shakira.
never really knew that she could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Picasa.
Shakira, Shakira.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body. I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. All the attraction, the tension. Don't you see, baby, this is perfection.
Hey girl, I can see your body moving, and it's driving me crazy. And I didn't have the slightest idea until I saw you dancing. And when you walk up on the dance floor, nobody can ignore the way you move your body, girl. And everything's so unexpected, the way you right and left it, so you could keep on shaking it.
Never really knew that she could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Picasa.
Shakira, Shakira.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body. I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. Come on, let's go real slow. Don't you see, baby, I see it's perfect. Babe, I know I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. All the attraction, the tension. Don't you see, baby, this is perfection. Oh boy, I can see your body moving, half animal, half man. I don't really know what I'm doing, but just seem to have a plan. My will, self-restraint, have come to fail now, fail now. See, I'm doing what I can, but I can't, so you know that's a bit too hard to explain.
She could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Picasa.
Shakira, Shakira.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you know you got me hypnotized. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body.
Señorita, feel the conga. Let me see you move like you come from Colombia.
Mira, en Barranquilla se baila así.
En Barranquilla se baila así.
Yeah, she's so sexy, I am in fantasy. A refugee like me back with the Fugees from a third world country. I go back like when Pac carried crates for Humpty Hump. We lead a whole club dizzy. Why the CIA wanna watch? It's for Colombians and Haitians. I ain't guilty, it's a musical transaction. Boop, boop, zo, boop, no more do we snatch rope. Refugees run the seas cause we on our own boat.
I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. Come on, let's go real slow. Baby, like this is perfecto. Oh, you know I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. The attraction, the tension. Baby, like this is perfection.
No fighting, no fighting, no fighting,
No fighting.
There certainly is some catchy tunes tonight, isn't there? We've gone through the disco era and we're still sticking with a bit of a dancey type theme. So how's your evening going? I hope you're enjoying the music and you're still celebrating over at Bar 72 or wherever you are in the UK listening to RadioCare. Just trying to work out what the next song is. Anyway, that was Shakira. I'd better tell you a bit of information about it. That was Shakira, Hips Don't Lie from 2006. It got to number one in the UK singles charts and spent 5 weeks at number one. And, yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. Anyway, Moving on swiftly. We've got one from Jennifer Lopez, and this one is Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Think you gotta keep me as you don't think I'm gonna spend your cash out on me. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think I wanna drive your Benz, I don't. If I wanna floss, I got my own. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. When you rolled up in the Escalade, saw the W game to the valet, knew that it was game. When you looked at me, pulling up your sleeve so I could see the roly blade. So you later in the corner booth, raising up a toast so I would notice you, but you're hard to miss. Think you ought to know, doesn't matter if you're balling out of control. All that matters is that you treat me right. Give me all the things I need that money can't buy. Yeah, think you gotta keep me as you don't think I'm gonna spend your cash out on me. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think I wanna drive your Benz, I don't. If I wanna floss, I got my own. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. When I took a chance, thought you'd understand. Baby, credit cards are in romance. Still you're tryna buy what's already yours. What I need from you is not available in stores. Seen a side of you that I really feel. Doing way too much, never keep it real. If it doesn't change, gotta hit the road. Now I'm leaving with my keys, I've got to go. All that matters is that you treat me right. Give me all the things I need that money can't buy. Yeah, think you gotta keep me as you don't think I'm gonna spend your cash out on baby. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think I wanna drive your Benz, I don't. If I wanna floss, I got my own. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Yeah, yeah. You think the money that you make substitute the time you take it ease into my heart, then you can win my heart and know what's in my heart. The thing you need to take some time to show me that your love is true. There's more than dollar signs in you, then you can win my heart and get what's in my heart. Think you gotta keep me as you don't think I'm gonna spend your cash I won't. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think I wanna drive your Benz, I don't. If I wanna floss, I got my own. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think you gotta keep me as you don't think I'm gonna spend your cash I won't. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think I wanna drive your Benz, I don't. If I wanna floss, I got my own. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think you gotta keep me as you don't think I'm gonna spend your cash I won't. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think I wanna drive your Benz, I don't. If I wanna floss, I got my own. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing.
And that was Jennifer Lopez, Love Don't Cost a Thing from 2001. It was actually released, the album was the album J-Lo, which came out in November 2000, and this single made it into the UK singles charts, and it tops the UK singles charts in 2001, becoming her first number one hit single in the UK. So just looking at the stats again, and we're up to 15,386 people. So welcome and thank you so much for joining me joining us on RadioCare. It's just so nice to know that people are sort of tuning in and listening. I don't know how you hear about it, but I can see sort of like the stats I get in a week sort of tell me there's sort of people listening all over the world. People all over the UK, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and Ireland. And then in Russia, India, the USA, Canada, and I'm trying to think where else. Oh, Japan. Had one for Japan as well. listening. So thank you so much for joining me. So tonight's show has been dedicated to Ladies' Night, and it's their nights out when the ladies go out with their mates and they just let their hair down and have a good time. So hopefully the music has sort of brought back some memories. Maybe if for my friends that sort of live over sort of in the Great Yarmouth Kesselland area, and maybe used to get on that minibus and go across to Great Yarmouth to the Garibaldi nightclub, or go to the Brunswick, or 151, Monrose, wherever you used to sort of like go, just to sort of like the Ocean Rooms. That was another one, wasn't it? Just to sort of have a really sort of a good night and just let yourself go wild. So hopefully that's brought back some memories of dancing and your feet aching in the morning because you've been dancing in sort of shoes which aren't sensible for dancing in, and you moan about it the next day, as well as having a really bad head. But that's what sort of nights out are about, isn't it? Anyway, this one is one by Meghan Trainor, and this one is all about the bass.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. 'Cause I got that boom boom that all the boys chase, and all the right junk in all the right places. I see the magazines working out Photoshop. We know that shit ain't real. Come on now, make it stop. If you got beauty, just raise them up. 'Cause every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She says boys like a little more booty to hold at night. And no, I won't be no stick figure silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass. Hey, I'm bringing booty back. Go ahead and tell them skinny bitches that. No, I'm just playing. I know y'all think you're fat, but I'm here to tell you every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She says boys like a little more booty to hold at night. And no, I won't be no stick figure silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass,
Join Mike Howard at RadioCare as you travel in time from the 1960s to present day. Over an hour of classic tunes and great banter.
I just love that tune by Meghan Trainor, All About the Bass. That was from 2014. That was her debut single, released from her studio album of the same name. And it was classed as a sleeper hit, which means it came in at number 84 on the US Billboard Hot 100 in the July of 2014, but didn't reach number one until the September, making Meghan Trainor the 21st female artist in the Billboard Hot 100 chart history to do so with her debut single. I just think it's a great song. In the UK, All About the Bass accumulated 1.17 million local streams and reached number 33 on the UK singles charts. Just a great song. I always get to this part of a show and then I realise we're probably near the end of the set, and I really hope you've enjoyed it tonight. We've got about 4 songs left, and I always sort of slow it down a little bit sort of towards the end. So we've got a couple of still up-tempo ones, and then I'm going to slow it down before I sort of say my goodnights and sort of sign off. But I really do hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. I've really enjoyed sort of putting the set together, and sort of from help of friends that sort of helped us put the songs together. That's been sort of great, thank you. And to my wife Laurie as well, who sort of went through the set with me today and went, no, you can't have that one. I'll maybe put that one in. So sort of it changed, it moved around a bit, sort of like even up to sort of like lunchtime today, where I was still deciding on some of the songs. So this next one is one by Little Mix, and this one is Black Magic.
All the girls on the block knocking at my door. Wanna know what it is, make the boys want more. Is your lover playing on your side? Said he loves you, but he ain't got time. Here's the answer, come and get it at a knockdown price. Hey! Full of honey, just to make him sweet.
That was one to make sure you were still awake. That was Little Mix and Black Magic from 2015. It topped the UK singles charts, becoming the group's first single to reach number one since Wings in 2012. The song remained at number one for 3 consecutive weeks, becoming the first single by a girl group to spend more than a single week at number one since About You Now by the Sugar Babes in 2007. It did actually become a very minor hit in the US. It peaked at number 67 on the Billboard Hot 100, and that became the group's highest charting single to date in the US. So the party that we've got on the 6th of November, the big Universal party, the app that I'm using, they've just updated it recently. And they've got a feature on it now where you can actually sort of like have guest sort of callers or sort of speakers on there. So I can sort of like have sort of people on there at the same time, a bit like sort of doing a radio sort of call-in type thing. So what you'd need to do, I think, is to download the Backpack Studio app to your phone or whatever, your iPad. I don't know how much it would cost or not really. Just have a look and see. If you've got to pay for it, don't worry about it. But it's a feature that's on there, and that might be something nice to do, sort of, not every time, but something sort of to do in the future. So we're, like I say, we're getting near the end of the set, and this one is one from Steps. It was released earlier this year, and this one is To the Beat of My Heart.
Everybody's sweating in the underground heat. Body rocking, body like an endless tide. Yeah, I think I'm ready for the midnight ride. I dance, I gotta have it. You don't understand, you don't understand. I want your loving without a lover. I wanna be there. Now, oh baby, I just love to dance with you in the dark. To the beat of my heart. There really is nothing I'd rather do. Don't stop. To the beat of my heart. Lights down, baby, tell me, do you think of me? Wonder what you're seeing. Am I in your fantasy?
Want this night forever, but we can't fight time. Everybody's sleeping while we're creeping out.
How we dance, so fantastic. You don't understand, you don't understand. I want your loving without a lover. I wanna be there. Now, oh baby, I just love to dance with you in the dark. To the beat of my heart. There really is nothing I'd rather do. Don't stop. To the beat of my heart. Oh baby, I just love to dance with you in the dark. To the beat of my heart. There really is nothing I'd rather do. Don't stop. To the beat of my heart. Wanna feel your body close to mine. You love the way I move, it drives you wild. Ooh, honey, don't you know it feels so right? Something tells me that you got here just in time. Oh, baby, I just love to dance with you in the dark. To the beat of my heart. There really is nothing I'd rather do. Don't stop. To the beat of my heart. Oh, baby, I just love to dance with you in the dark. To the beat of my heart. There
And that was the last one of the lively ones sort of that I'm playing sort of tonight. Only got a couple of songs left, so I'm winding it down. That was Steps, The Beat of My Heart from 2021, from this year. But it was initially released as a promotional single in November last year before being released on the album that they brought out. The single was confirmed on Claire Richards' Facebook page back in January and was sent to Radio 2 as the single of the week. And just trying to sort of see where it got to. Got to number 33, I think, on the download charts. That seems how to be, you know, we all download music now, don't we? I purchase all the stuff sort of from iTunes, sort of for any tunes that I want to sort of use for a radio show. If I haven't got them already, I end up purchasing them. You know, I don't use any of your sort of sites where you can get them for nothing because, you know, you pay money sort of like to do this sort of thing, and you want to sort of make sure it's okay. Anyway, back to the set. So the last couple of songs, this is a very new one, just released by Adele. It came out on the 15th of October, and it's a song called Easy on Me. I saw a version of it by Ali Sherlock, who's an Irish street singer, busker, but she does do sort of some sort of live sort of performances sort of in theatres as well, and she's got a couple of EPs out, and her version was sort of fantastic. But because this is a new one by Adele, I thought I'd play it. So this one is for all you ladies.
There ain't no gold in this river that I've been washing my hands in forever. I know there is hope in these waters, but I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this silence. Baby, let me in. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go easy on me. There ain't no room for things to change when we are both so deeply stuck in our ways. You can't deny how hard I've tried. I changed who I was to put you both first, but now I give up. Go easy on me, baby. I
You know, that song has sort of grown on me. I think sort of listening to the Ali Sherlock version, and then sort of listening to this a couple of times. Adele always sort of puts out a great tune as it is, and it has gone to number 1 on the official singles charts, as far as I can see on there. So, yeah, well done to Adele. It's also looks like it's entered 5 different formats on the US sort of charts. It's in the pop, adult contemporary, adult pop, adult album, alternatives, R&B, and the Billboard Hot 100. So yeah, fantastic. And I imagine it's getting lots of radio airplay, not just in the UK, but sort of all over the world. So this is the part where I say goodnight to everyone. We've sort of come to the end of the show. I hope you've enjoyed It's Ladies' Night. I hope it's been a bit of a journey for you, sort of taking you from the 70s up to present day, and it sort of reminded you sort of those ladies' nights. So carry on your parties, whatever you're doing, you know, stick your tunes on, carry on dancing, and enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your weekend. This last one, it's a bit of a different song. There's a band that I quite like called the Postmodern Jukebox, and they do sort of alternative sort of versions of sort of well-known sort of commercial up-to-date sort of songs, sort of current songs, and they do them in different styles. So they might do them in 1920s style, 30s, 50s, and this particular one they've done in a sort of 50s doo-wop style, and it's a Miley Cyrus song called We Can't Stop, and their version was done in 2013. So here it is. So I'll say goodnight to you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe, and hopefully you'll join me next Sunday for the Geezers tribute to the Geezers album on Halloween. Okay, take care. Bye.
Red cups and sweaty bodies everywhere. Hands in the air like we don't care. 'Cause we came to have so much fun now. Bet somebody here might get some now. And if you ain't ready to go home, can I get a hell no? 'Cause we gonna go all night till we see sunlight, alright. So la-da-dee-da-dee, we like to party, dancing with Miley, doing whatever we want. This is our house, this is our rules, and we can't stop. And we won't stop. Can you see it's we who run the night? And can you see it's we who build that life? And we can't stop. And we won't stop. We run things, things don't run we. We don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah, yeah, it's our party, we can do what we want. It's our party, we can say what we want. It's our party, we can love who we want. We can kiss who we want. We can live how we want. To my homegirls here with the big butt, shaking it like we at a strip club. Remember, only God can judge you. Forget the haters, 'cause somebody loves ya. And everyone in line for the bathroom, trying to get a line in the bathroom. We are so turned up, yeah, so turned up, yeah, yeah. So la-da-dee-da-dee, we like to party, dancing with Miley, doing whatever we want. This is our house, this is our rules, and we can't
can love who we want to. It's our song, we can sing if we want to. It's my mouth, I can say what I want to. Yeah, 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 yeah. And we can't stop, and we won't stop. Can't you see it's we who run the night? Can't you see it's we who build that life? And we can't stop, and we won't stop. We run things, things don't run we. We don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah,
Join Mike Howard at RadioCare as you travel in time from the 1960s to present day. Over an hour of classic tunes and great banter.